Right now at 6, lack of organization. A Houston County woman says county officials made her hiring process an ethical nightmare.
And Brewers Stadium funding. Republicans have made tweaks that the governor now supports.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. The region is seeing some significant rainfall today.
And anyone heading out to support some high school football tonight, definitely going to need the jackets, ponchos, umbrellas, anything you got in the closet, you're probably going to need it. Let's get the latest from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart. Greg?
Well, I don't know if you need all of that, but definitely you're going to need some of that gear that's going to be put onto the thing right now. We're going to have rain showers here this evening for mainly Eau Claire, but as you go further north,
Looks like we're unable to get the camera shots for our first forecast, which was going to lead our 6 o'clock show. So we will transition into one of our developing stories this evening. Lack of organization, hurried procedures, and overall disorder. That is what a Houston County campground manager says she experienced when she applied for the job this spring. And Emily, she says that the weeks after her application was one full of county officials trying to confuse other board members into hiring a different candidate.
And while she was eventually hired, she says the county needs to investigate the officials she believes broke numerous ethical standards.
Amber Miller interviewed for the Wildcat Campground Manager position in late March. In emails shared with News 8 Now, the county treasurer says Miller should hear from an HR official, Tess Kruger. Kruger did reach out several days later, and after some back and forth, she told Miller, quote, "It's my understanding they're moving forward with you." Now, county records confirm the Parks Committee voted for Miller to be their choice for the job. The county board meeting April 4th did not have the campground job on the agenda, but District 1 Commissioner Dewey Severson, who was on the committees who voted for Miller, brings it up.
The meeting then turned into a back and forth as other commissioners were unsure about the situation and puzzled by the missing contract.
Severson is on the far left of your screen and proceeds to cast doubt on the vote to choose Miller, and several county employees interrupt his claims.
At 4, we narrowed it down to 2.
No, we narrowed it down to 1.
Then you narrowed it down to 1.
Correct. There were 4. We narrowed it down to 1.
And you voted 4-2 for one individual. But do you want to bring this back to us to vote on 2 candidates?
They whittled it down to the top 2. Yeah. It's just like when I went for one. No, they voted for what? Right?
2.
That's correct. That should be it. Not always.
The next meeting on April 11th, HR Director Kruger is asked why there's no contract for the board to approve when it's on the agenda.
Tess, you said that you were going to have a contract ready today?
Kruger does not, because there are still questions over certain information needing to go into a contract. Emails between Kruger and Miller confirm that Miller provided her necessary business information to go into that contract back on April 6th.
I believe we received all of the relevant details for terms and conditions.
Kruger says it shouldn't take much time to put the contract together. It took 2 weeks. She got unanimous approval on April 25th. But the weeks of unclear communication leave a sour taste in her mouth months later, and she says something needs to be done about Severson and Kruger.
The ethical county employee and public official should not improperly influence or attempt to influence other officials to act in his or her own benefit.
I mean, you opened up the can of worms here.
I believe that you opened up the can of worms.
District 2 Commissioner Eric Johnson, who seated right next to Dewey Severson, he apologized to Miller in a public meeting last month, saying he shared her frustrations about the hiring process. And Johnson says he and Commissioner Schultz of District 4 are heading up an investigation as well as hiring outside counsel. In the meantime, state lawmakers are adjusting a bill to fund upgrades at the home of the Milwaukee Brewers. Republicans put together an initial proposal in September to have the state pay $400 million and then the city and county of Milwaukee pay $200 million for renovations at American Family Field. And in exchange, the Brewers would chip in $100 million and extend their lease in Milwaukee. Under the latest update, the city and county would now be on the hook for a combined $135 million instead of the $200. Republicans behind the idea tell multiple outlets that the state's major contribution would come straight out of income taxes on Brewers employees. Democratic Governor Tony Evers tells the Associated Press he likes these changes, calling it a compromise that ensures the Brewers remain in Wisconsin. Meantime, Assembly Speaker Voss says the full Assembly will vote on the proposal next Tuesday. All right, and with that, we now bring in our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart, for the latest forecast.
And yeah, it's a wet one for some out there for this evening. Kind of mist or drizzle right now for a lot of La Crosse area, but if you go further north towards Eau Claire, they're still seeing that light to moderate rainfall really right now going on, and that probably will continue for quite a while here. Overall, if you look at amounts so far, anywhere from about 1 inch to 2 inches. I think DeSoto came in with almost 3 inches. That's the highest spot right now. Overall, like I said, pretty widespread amounts of 1 to 2 inches over the last 24 hours, and it still continues too. Once again, as we can see, big picture shows that swirl in the clouds, that low is pushing into Iowa, and eventually it will push into Illinois. But right now, that main band that I was talking about up in Eau Claire, that's the one that's really producing the light to moderate rainfall. But around La Crosse, we're kind of in between stuff, kind of drier air there, but still we're getting some light mist or drizzle, and that'll be kind of the rule for at least the next several hours. But there's that light, occasionally moderate rainfall really right along the interstate from Eau Claire up to Ladysmith. That is really where it's going to be a wet evening. Winds have started to die down a little bit, but still 15 to 20 miles per hour. So breezy conditions for this evening out as we go through La Crosse. Once again, drizzle or mist probably until later. I think we'll see a better opportunity for some light rain to come back in after midnight. But once again, holding in the 50s. It's going to be a wet evening really for Eau Claire here. As that light to moderate rain continues, it will start tapering off, but that'll be well after midnight. So that's what we're looking at. For tomorrow, we'll kind of break down the hiking forecast. Yes, you can still do out there. There's plenty of colors still yet to keep coming. So once again, it won't be that bad out there, but I'll break down what to expect for the sun tomorrow, especially as we go into Sunday, and what next week, excuse me if I can talk, next week looks like a bit later.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Well, prepared to be spooked because tonight is the opening night of the Onalaska Jaycees annual haunted house. This year, the theme is fast food freaks. The haunted house is in Onalaska at Clearwater Farm and is staffed entirely by volunteers. Local Jaycees president Cole Harold says Jaycees is actually the mastermind behind the original haunted house industry.
National organization were the ones that created the modern haunted house industry. Basically, they started setting them up as fundraisers back in the 70s and having chapters do them, and then by the 80s it was a full-blown industry.
Who'd have thunk? If you'd like to support the haunted house, tickets cost $12 on Fridays and Saturdays and $6 on Thursdays. The line isn't covered, so make sure to bring rain gear tonight. We'll have more information about the haunted house on our website, news8000.com.
Well, if you had plans to attend the Halloween Spooktacular event at Clearwater Farm tomorrow, you're going to have to wait another week. That outdoor event being postponed due to wet weather conditions, but no worries, it will resume next Saturday, October 21st at 11 a.m. You can look forward to costume contests, a lights-on haunted house, that's more my speed, games, food, and of course, lots of animals.
Western Technical College is giving high schoolers a look at advanced manufacturing careers. Students from 4 area high schools had the chance to explore welding, machining, and automation. They each picked one area to focus on and work together to complete a task. The final product was combined with the other departments to make one final project. This showed how each manufacturing field collaborates with the others. A school administrator says the program gives students a sneak peek of advanced manufacturing careers.
So by exposing students to it, we get to say, hey, these are the opportunities that you have available to you. Why don't you come and experience it? See if you like it. See if you might think that you're going to be good at this.
Gamer adds that even events are important because it shows how high schoolers that manufacturing is a viable career option. Next week, Western Technical College is hosting a similar program for middle schoolers.
Coming up tonight at 6, Coats for Kids.
The Salvation Army and community come together to make sure kids stay warm this winter.
And baby bib recall, which bibs to watch out for. Make sure your kids are safe.
At Doll Auto, buy 3 tires at our everyday low price and get the 4th for free. Plus, you'll still get any manufacturer rebates. If you can find a better deal anywhere, we'll match it. But we'll be surprised if you do. Learn more at dollauto.com. Simple.
Hello? Yeah, this is Russell Nicolay. Yeah, bald head, sunglasses, you got it. Yeah. Billboards, baby.
Whoa, man. Hey, They want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay. Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
Fake beard, really, man?
Oh, come on, it's like looking in a mirror, isn't it?
I don't know about that.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for everyone. Starting Saturday at 7 a.m., the tradition continues during Blaine's Toyland opening weekend. Like half-off select Lego playsets, $4.99 each. These Barbie playsets, your choice, $19.99. And Rewards members get 4 Hot Wheels die-cast vehicles for just $3. Plus, Rewards members get a free $5 gift card with every $50 Toyland purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Starting Saturday at 7 a.m.
It's the biggest event in King Furniture's history, a complete and total liquidation of all in-stock items in our store. Shop over $2 million of quality name brand furniture priced for immediate liquidation. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to save as never before on living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, and more. When each and every piece of furniture has been sold, King Furniture will shut down for 30 to 60 days for a complete and total renovation. Don't miss the King Furniture Total Liquidation Sale going on now.
The service departments at the Dahl Auto Group are staffed by the most experienced team in the region. Whether you're buying a used car they've inspected or driving home one they've serviced, you can trust their work for years to come. Dahl Auto, simple.
Well, with winter approaching, the Salvation Army wants to make sure kids throughout the Coulee region stay warm with a new winter jacket. News 8 Now's Michael Germain was at the 24th annual Coats for Kids donation event in La Crosse and joins us with this year's numbers. Michael?
Ken and Emily, the Salvation Army began hosting its annual Coat for Kids fundraiser back in 1999 with only a brief break during the COVID pandemic. The program takes in used winter clothing and distributes it to those in need.
From September through part of October, we ran a coat drive to collect the coats for today.
From September 8th to October 9th, winter clothing was available to be donated through the Salvation Army and Quick Trip.
We're really fortunate that Quick Trip decided to partner with us this year. And what they had done at their sites here in La Crosse County as well as La Crescent is they collected coats, right? So they collected coats for kids, for infants, for children, for adults, and everywhere in between.
This year, over 260 coats were donated, but that wasn't all.
We did run the drive just for coats, but we did get some warm hats and gloves and scarves in, so we did set those out too. Also some boots and some other warming gear.
Michael Quam, the development director of the La Crosse County Salvation Army, says this is a big deal for the Coulee region.
When we think about how we help folks in our community, when we think about how we lift folks up versus providing a handout, we think about the community getting together.
And that is exactly what they've done.
We've been the last 2 days collecting and sorting the coats and putting them into sizes and gender types and whatever. And today's the distribution. I guess we got 260 coats donated, and I think 187 of them are spoken for, so I want to give back. And so I've gotten into Hunger Task Force and Salvation Army and Feed the Kids and some of the other opportunities to serve others. It's just what I enjoy doing.
The Salvation Army is encouraging people to call after today to see what inventory is left over. Ken and Emily?
Such a great effort. Michael, thank you very much. Coming up tonight at 6, a Halloween hero.
And M&M's Rescue Squad is making sure trick-or-treaters don't go home empty-handed.
And we got drier conditions this weekend, but we might deal with a shower or two Saturday, but more sun coming out Sunday. But we got warmer temperatures in the store for next week. I'll break down when to expect the 60s and when the next chance of rain comes. All that coming up after the break.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life. Batteries Plus brings power to your connection, phone and tablet repair, and battery replacement too. Make an appointment online or walk in anytime.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
If you're a young person and you haven't already buried yourself in debt, I've got good news for you. I can teach you how to fund your kids' college education without going anywhere near a student loan and help you retire as a millionaire. If you're interested, give me a call. If you're skeptical, give me a call. One guarantee, I will try to sell you nothing.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Powerhouse Marine is your boating headquarters for new and used boats, motors, and marine products. Repower your boat with select Yamaha outboards. Experience legendary Yamaha reliability with superior power, performance, and efficiency. Now let's check out our large in-stock selection in the Powerhouse showroom and discover Bennington boats powered by Yamaha. Bennington gives you trend-setting design and rock-steady construction. Better boat, better value, better warranty, period. It's your money, why pay more and get less? Free winter storage with the purchase of any new boat purchased by October 31st. Stop by today or visit us online at powerhousemarine.com. Powerhouse Marine La Crosse.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with the Turbo Max engine. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Nearly 500,000 baby bibs and blankets have been recalled due to a possible choking hazard. This recall involves roughly 450,000 Sleepyhead Loveys and bandana bibs from Little Sleepies. Now, the company says the care instruction label on the products can detach and pose a choking hazard. Little Sleepy says they have received a few reports of the label becoming detached, but no injuries have been reported. So consumers should either remove the label or return the product for a full refund. We all love our Halloween candy this time of year. Maybe you've got a bowl of some already set aside. Maybe you grab a fun-sized candy bar, a bag of something around the course of the day, and before you know it, you've run out of candy before your neighborhood even does trick-or-treating. Been there. So what is a person to do? Well, M&M's feels your pain and has some Americans covered. This spooky season, they are launching a Halloween Rescue Squad. It is a service that promises to deliver free Mars candy to your neighborhood in less than an hour if you think you're going to run out. The company is partnering with a delivery service based out of Philadelphia for a one-day squad operation on October 31st, of course. Now, here's the downside. They do not service the La Crosse area, so all of us, we're on our own for replenishing our supplies. But I think that should be a universal service that they provide to all of us, because the temptation is so great if you got a bowl of candy out there.
Absolutely. So innovative, too.
Yeah.
They
So
should have them everywhere.
they're looking out for the kids. All right, and Greg Barnhart is looking out for all of us as we start heading to the football games tonight. Greg, what's the latest from the skies?
Well, we're still going to deal with the showers and light rain, but overall, we're going to see improvements in some areas, but still going to be a wet evening for a lot of locations. Just to keep that in mind, too. But for tomorrow with the solar eclipse, if you want to see it, obviously we got cloud cover, so the best thing is to head west. And if you want to go to Vegas, because obviously that's going to be the path of where the best blockage is going to be here. So that's something to keep in mind. And tomorrow, if you want to see it, we're just going to have to get lucky for the cloud cover to just kind of be away at that certain point around noon. We'll see if that happens. But once again, we do have the rain north of Eau Claire, more steady light rain. Showers to go further south, or mist or drizzle for a lot of the areas south of Eau Claire. A few showers tomorrow, but then rain chances come in later next week, but that's still a ways off. About a week from now, we'll start seeing more precipitation. Temperature-wise, 50s through Tuesday. It's still below average. It looks like we're going to get close to average or above. Wednesday looks 60, maybe even mid-60s, depending on how things play out. And then after that, looks fairly still upper 50s, low 60s, maybe extending to the following weekend, too. Overall, here's this band that we've been watching. It's starting to kind of stretch out and thin out just north of Eau Claire. You're going to eventually see it begin to push southward over time. So that's why we're going to see some breaks for Eau Claire for the showers eventually. But we're going to see more of that come back into the picture for Eau Claire, Winona, and southern areas eventually as we get closer to after midnight. Up to the north, we'll probably see a little bit of a break, but down here we'll start seeing that continuing through the morning hours. Eventually at 7 or 8 tomorrow morning, a lot of that will push south, mainly just cloud cover with some northeast winds continuing. By the afternoon, there's your break that we could see. Now, once again, if it times right, maybe the clips will be just at that, but it's still a little bit in question. Overall, we'll see a few showers tomorrow afternoon with that northeast wind kind of decreasing, but still a hit and miss shower is possible. But don't expect much for any rainfall with this. If you do get anything, it's be a sprinkle or that. Otherwise, big picture shows as we go through the time, Sunday looks the best chance to see probably sun as we get out to that time period. You'll start seeing the clouds begin to break up by the afternoon hours. So that's why I think skies will become partly sunny Sunday afternoon, the best shot. And then overall, we're starting next week with more cloud cover. Once again, this could be fog or low clouds each morning just with how much rain we got. The next chance of rain, I told you, it's not going to be till about Tuesday or Wednesday. By Wednesday, we're starting to see that system approach, see the southerly winds, those warm red arrows beginning to pull. That'll pull up some warm air. That's why we could be hitting the 60s by the time we get ahead of this by Wednesday. It'll come through, not as impressive as we saw with this last system, so rain amounts won't be as much, and it's still fairly quickly. It gets out of here by Friday, so that's why we're not going to see as much rainfall with it. But for tonight, once again, rain up to the north, more showers or drizzle to the south. Eventually, that's all going to change over midnight. We'll probably see just showers overall. Wake up tomorrow morning, a lot of the southern areas will still see some showers. More showers probably for northern areas probably in the afternoon. Once again, cloud cover, some peaks of sun overall with that northeast wind decreasing, but we should get up into about the mid-50s for most locations. Once again, that is below average. We'll have less clouds as we go on Sunday. That should boost it up a few degrees until we get to Sunday. And that's what the 8-day forecast shows you right now. There we go. We'll get back up to the upper 50s to near 60 by next week. Once again, Wednesday could be the warmest day, maybe mid-60s, depending on how much cloud cover's there. And then rain comes back in for Thursday and Friday. But it's not going to be a gully washer like we had with this last system.
Oh, darn it.
And still
Oh, darn it. So
a
not raining cats and dogs, but, you know, we had that, so.
I'm looking forward to those 60s, though.
Yeah.
We're going to have a
this'll
few
be
more.
nice
Like I
for a
said,
little bit
still
longer.
October.
A little bit longer. Yep.
Yes.
All right, coming up next in sports, it's the final week of the frenzy, at least for the regular season. Week 9 kicking off in just over half hour. Two crosstown rivals battling for a hollowed trophy. Rob is in next.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
Get hot water for your home with a new Richmond water heater from Menards. This hybrid electric water heater features a heat pump, making it up to 4 times more efficient than a standard water heater. Get it for $1,329.99 after rebate. Give your bathroom a fresh, new look with Lions. Menards carries a great selection of Lions tubs and showers that will match your style and your budget. Get this linear seated shower for $649.68 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2023 Sierra Denali 5.3-liter V8 light-duty models. Plus, get $2,500 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We've made it to the final week of the Wisconsin high school football regular season. There's no better way to end it than with two crosstown rivals going head-to-head. It's even better when there's still something to play for besides bragging rights in Week 9. Logan and Central add another chapter to their historic rivalry tonight in the 76th annual Battle for the Arc. The Riverhawks have had the Rangers' number as of late. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings, including last year at Logan High. But tonight the scene shifts to Central's home turf at UWL. Rangers need a win tonight if they want to play in the postseason. As for the Riverhawks, they've already clinched a playoff spot. They're 7-1 on the season. Their only loss coming in a thriller against Onalaska a few weeks back. But Central's reeled off 4 straight wins since then. Riverhawks will be looking for their 6th conference win of the season. They'll also be looking to keep the Arc at Central High School. It all goes down tonight at 7. We'll have the highlights tonight in the Friday Night Frenzy. In the Cooley Conference, we've got a battle between 2 football titans. West Salem hosting the Aquinas Blue Golds. Both of these squads were in last year's state finals. Now they're going at it with the Cooley Conference title on the line. Aquinas can be named outright champs with the win, but West Salem can force a 3-way tie at the top with Westby if they win the game. Last year, these two teams faced off in a true Cooley Conference championship, with West Salem getting the win 28-14. Postseason may not start until next week, but this one's going to feel a lot like a playoff game. We'll have highlights from this one as well tonight in the Frenzy. On the tennis court, Aquinas senior Danica Silcox is one step closer to a state title. The 4-time state qualifier took care of business in her quarterfinal matchup today in Madison. Silcox winning at 6-1, 6-love over Mondovi's Caitlin Statter. With the win, Silcox advances to the semifinals of the individual state tourney. We'll wrap it up with this. Brewers right-hander Brandon Woodruff underwent surgery today to repair his right shoulder. Woody is expected to miss most of, if not all, of next season. Woodruff was sidelined during this year's postseason series against Arizona. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Protect yourself, your family, and your community against the flu this season. And get your flu shot at Hy-Vee. Plus, earn a 20-cent fuel saver when you get your flu shot. Visit your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and protect yourself today. Some restrictions apply.
One of the best selections of commercial vehicles in the Midwest can be found at Osseo Automotive in Osseo. From medium-duty trucks and vans to super-duty work trucks, cube vans, chassis cabs, and more, you'll find the most popular commercial vehicles from Ford and Chevrolet all in one location. Take advantage of Section 179 tax savings before the end of the year. Get to work with a new commercial truck or van from Osseo Automotive in Osseo. Shop online at OsseoAutoCommercial.com.
Honey, where are the kids?
I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire. Maybe it's that plug vent. Maybe it's the bad igniter. Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor. Or maybe... Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
Get insulin for as low as $35 at Hy-Vee Pharmacy. That's right, manage your diabetes for less with insulin for as low as $35 per month. Visit Hy-Vee.com to learn more.
Got damp tonight, but drier conditions, and then warming maybe up to 60 by next week.
All right, Greg, thanks very much, and thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.